Okay. Hey, Christian. It looks like you're the only one at the moment. Probably a bit early for everybody else. Alright, aim with flash nerf, someone's unable to DF you. Oh dear. This is probably going to be fun. Right, yep. It's starting out fun already because I'm not even sure the correct... Okay. What are you? 2, 3, 4, 8. We have to find out how the hell to do this. Mac Mini. Dave Miles. I'm just looking at the teardown for this. Once all the adverts are done. It was nicer when you can just pivot them off. Clearly it's not the case anymore. Okay, let's look. Where is it? APR, Civlu, Neo. I think it's going to be like a sticker spudger in the side. Some bollocks like that. Ah, yeah. Spudger in the side it is. Yeah, that was easy. So apparently this one is just amber flashing. T6 maybe? Ooh, that's a short screw indeed. Maybe it's a T5. Oh, you a security you little bastards. What the hell? Why are they doing... What are they doing sticking security talks on there? Jerks. Hey, Draco? Yeah, great. Okay, so they want to play hardball. Oh no, these ones only... it's always something. Always something. This is why I don't like doing different machines too often. Because there's always some sort of fiasco. It's okay. We have ways. Even if it involves an angle grinder. Hey Pedro, you're alive. Are you still at the hospitality place? Have they deemed you as being unfit for humanity? Yeah, that'll do. Chisel, yeah, Chisel's good too. Wow, there's some seriously crappy drivers, these things. So it looks like I'm going to have to be putting some security talks on my list of things to get. What a pain. I mean, even though I've got them, these are so crappy. I don't think I could handle using them more than twice. Alright, that just simply lifted off. Interesting. I'm assuming that means someone else has been here. Hey, Clevo. Good donkey. And you? Hey, Harold. Okay. Now, I have done one or two of these. Actually, I think it's more like 1. So my memory is problematically vague on the process. That's a T6. While the T5 does comply and do the job, I prefer not to force it to do so when T6 is what it really wants. Hey, Dreams. Just analysing to see if any of these have different appearances. What do we got going on here? Okay, I must admit, I have not opened one of these ones before. I've opened, I think, the M1, and I'm thinking this is not an M1. Just wondering if they've got the same tricks. So is that 10, T10? Yeah, it's a T10. It's funny that the minis are more akin to the iMacs, and the Airs are becoming more like iPads. I would much rather that the Airs carried on being more like MacBooks. Well, no, you're a T15. Hey, Joey. How's it going there? Hope you're feeling better today. Don't be a T12. You lousy little SOB. You're like a T12 or something. You're not T10 and you're not T15. Hey, B-Blood. See, you made it. You're doing NAND replacements on iPhone 7. Is that just to expand it, or you've actually fixing it, or what's going on there? Especially being an iPhone 7. Not many people bother with them anymore, so interesting. To be fair, I just did an iPhone 6S today, so I can't talk. Guilty. I have a feeling I'm going to have to take these out, and then the whole assembly is probably going to come together. Based on the fact that this is not segmented, that it all comes out as one piece. So all I can really do in this particular case is look for a blatantly obvious fault. But beyond that, I don't think I'm going to have a huge amount of opportunity to repair it. Okay, it feels like there's a... yeah, there is. There's a sticker on this. This power connector cable is actually done a little bit differently from usual. I'm going to work out its latching method. That can't be... I'm going to say I'll slide it, and then... yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe they should have connectors like this on the RTX 9080s. Or whatever. 5090s? 5080s? Yeah, I see them melting. Alrighty. That was less of a drama than it has been in the past. I'll give them that for credit. Now I've got to bring the microscope way up. There we go. The only downside of having the optical microscopes is that it is generally difficult to look at taller objects unless you then go along and raise up the entire arm height. What would be nice is if they had these twin boom arm assemblies, but with a rack and pinion level system, like they do with drill presses. And you get a drill press and you want to go up down, you just unlock it and then wind it up or down. At least on the good ones. The cheap ones will make you have to slide it up and down manually. So I'm not exactly even sure what I'm looking for the fact that it says, it's a orange amber light situation, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Obviously it must be getting some kind of power, but maybe is that a problem with the power supply, or is it... Yeah, so it's getting something. David, it really depends on which board it is, because quite frankly, some of them you can you just hold with tweezers and heat it up and let gravity do the work for you. The gravity drop method, which is pretty common on the earlier iPhones, but the more recent iPhones or things that, oh god, don't even get started with an XR. Okay, we're missing a sticker over this, I think. I'm pretty sure there should be a sticker here. So yeah, it's very context dependent, unfortunately. Okay, we've got a bit of a wet mark there. I'm not sure why. It could just be factory. Probably is factory. Now, what I have found in the past with these is often you can have a blown tantalum cap, but I'm not sure if that applies anymore. We've got a little bit of dust build up here, so we've obviously got the fan intake side. Doesn't really look like enough to have caused any issues. Firmware recovery mode, orange light. Blinking orange light? Hello Andrew, by the way. It's a little bit disconcerting that it just switched into that. It kind of makes me think, oh dear, something bad's happened. As far as I know, on the job sheet, they said they couldn't get it into a mode. And I believe data recovery is the trick. So it may actually be not conducive for data recovery. $1707 board over one of the NAND chips. Where you should be able to just take the top off those, surely. You will still have a shield around it. Yeah, just the frame, but you should be able to get access to it, right? Should be just like a sticker on those, I think. 2423. Sorry, just bringing up the job details on this. Let's see. Amber flash, no response, unable to enable DFU. This is why I do like to take a good look at the board as well, because it gives you an idea of whether, okay, are we most likely dealing with a board fault, or is this something that's going to be elsewhere? And at this point, the condition of the board looks pretty good. At first glance, I would say, well, I can't see anything obvious with it. Whereas in the past with other boards, it's fairly obvious when there's a problem. Alright. So that being the case, if it's trying to do recovery, maybe I should actually plug it into my 2442 and see if I can get it to behave. I'm a little scared about pushing that in. Yeah, the 50 series cabling thing, it's like, yeah, when I saw them still using the classic Moloxy type pin connector assemblies, I was like, why do they do this to themselves? I know it's cheap. I mean, that's the only reason why those connectors even get used, is because, well, they're cheap. That's the whole point of them. But you shouldn't be doing cheap on a multi-$1,000 graphics card. But then again, maybe that's just how it works. Drunk. That was nice and clean. Trying to think what else. I don't really need the Wi-Fi on that. Let's see. So what is the DFU process for these? Mac Mini M2 DFU. Hey Catherine, welcome. Did they try to use the wrong port? That's what I was about to wonder, is like which port is needed for this particular one. Find the identity. I'm sure they would have tried the right port, but hey, you never know. Mac Mini 2024, the middle USB-C port when facing the back. The middle USB? There's only two, isn't there? I'm guessing they mean that. They could have said the one next to the HDMI port, but no, they said the middle, just to make it confusing. Fantastic. Alright, I'm going to go get my 2442. Hey Mimi, you okay, girl? You okay? Yeah. Yeah. Probably should plug the fan in the... otherwise it might decide. I'm going to go into slow mode. Maybe they should use something like an Anderson connector. The amount of power that they're trying to draw through that thing. Alright. Oh, right, yeah, you don't need Apple Configurator on this, of course. Sitting there and I'm going, where's the Apple Configurator? And then I remembered it's not something that you use on these models. It's all part of the Finder system now. Now I'm guessing I'm actually going to need to power the Mini. Would I be right? I've got to give the Mini power? Yeah, well, we'll just do it anyway. Hey, Serge. Okay. Pawa. Guess who doesn't have a PowerPoint here? Idiot. Stupid sack of protoplasm. Okay, we got power. I haven't finished disorganizing my room yet. Jeez. Hey, that just bonged. Interesting. Let's get the HDMI port onto it and see what it sees. Okay, we're not getting anything out of it. Where the hell's the flashing light on this thing? Well, we've got the fan running. Back. Crap. We've got nothing on output. Hey Frank. Yeah, you'd think that, but for some reason I'm not actually picking up anything at all. Unless it's got content protection going on, which... Why would they have content protection going on? I can't imagine that would be the case. It's got to be something else. So we just use yet another solution. See if this gives us a different result. Okay, HDMI. No signal. Alright. At this point we plug in Harold's HDMI port tester and see what it says. And I'll also put a USB Chipmunk tester in. So I'll put the Chipmunk tester in, see if we've got any activity. We've got nothing. Fan's definitely going. Okay, we've got EDRD, we've got a flashing 5 volts. Crap. I know that means something. Harold, where are you? Flashing 5 volt on the HDMI tester. What does that mean again? I'm going to go look it up on the internet. Above 5.4 it flashes. Yeah, so it's actually running high. That's a little different. But it's also interesting that we have no activity whatsoever on this USB-C. Yeah, I just saw that on the website. Nothing on USB-C. Where'd I put the other ones? Ah, there we go. Now we're going to try USB-A one, see if they're running. Interesting to note that we actually don't have anything going on the USB on that side. Also interesting is the power light on the HDMI. It's still glowing, ever so slightly. It could be a symptom, could be nothing. That's interesting, it's cycling now. See that? It's sort of like, it runs and shuts down, runs and shuts down. Makes me wonder whether the Neans have crapped themselves. That kind of behaviour to me sounds like NAND failure. I mean, I could well be wrong, but... I don't know, it's persisting. So I could try it about 5 or 6 times and then gave up. So, on the affected Mac entity, if you unplug the Mac from the power source, press and hold the power button, keep holding the power button while plugging in the Mac into the power source, continue holding it for up to 10 seconds until it shows the window. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so disconnected. Button held. Okay. I just realised that I need to plug in the screen. It's interesting, we're not actually getting anything when we do it this way. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. I'm just going to keep holding that power button down, see if anything comes up on screen. Yeah, it's intentionally on the black at the moment because I'm trying to see if anything comes up on HDMI output. And the answer is nothing. Yeah, I'm really not sure about this one. I don't know what to think of it. it's not microscope camera in at the moment. It's it was just dedicated HDMI. No, he's not showing up, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to do more research on this one. Well, that's what I get for trying something different. Where'd the screws go? Well, apparently this was meant to be a solid on. I'll gotta admit, I actually don't know where the damn light is. Where is the status light? Mac Mini M2 status light. Front right for the light. Oh, this itty bitty teeny weeny tiny midget thing. Alright, let's see what it comes up with. That was completely typical Mac. White, off, white, half white, off, white, off, half white, off. Not seeing orange yet. Yeah, it sort of, it comes up white momentarily, then goes to half white, like as in, dim, and then goes off. Yeah, I'm not seeing any orange yet. Give it a few more cycles. It gets to about 5 cycles, and then it's... Oh, there we go. Medium flashing... You just saw it then, and then it went away. That was the end of it. Yeah, so it was sort of rapid flashy, and then it stopped. But what's problematic is that it doesn't show up in the other Mac, and also we're not getting any activity on the USB-C ports. Like there's no power, there's nothing. So that kind of makes me wonder whether something popped the ports and took out a lot of other things. Oh, crikey. Okay, we're going to do this one here. And at this point I realize I don't have any more containers. Alright, we're going to put something back together in order to get a container. It's the way the world works. Hey Pedro, you're getting the attention you deserve. Well, I don't know what the hell that sort of attention would be. Okay, 2403, 2403. Please tell me you're 2403. Yep. We've got all the bits here. This is Pedro's favourite laptop. He asked me specifically to make sure that he was present before I did this one because he just loves these. Makes him feel better. Could a zapper cause? Oh right, I know this. What you're talking about, the violent zapper ones as opposed to Harold's testing ones. Ach, niemand. I hate handling these boards and machines because they've got that. It's a weird sort of grease that they use for transferring the thermals. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's annoying and it gets on everything and it's very slippery. Hey, Lewisakis. No. The containers I use are the best. I love these containers. They're very good because they don't have voids under the cell separators. They're cast that way. Believe me, they're excellent devices. I'm genuinely not sure what I'm going to do about this scenario here because these are machines that I repaired for recovery because I thought that the customer was wanting data and then everything got flip-sided on me and I'm like, I don't know what to think now. I don't know whether I just misinterpreted or mispresented, or I just don't know if it's something that I did wrong or with the communications. Either way, I'm gonna probably have to wear a cost on this one, meaning I'm not going to get my money for the job, at least not the full amount. Right, big central screw. Yeah. I am not going to reconnect the trackpad and keyboard because it wasn't connected when it got here. Or at least I don't think it was. Damn it. Now I've got to reconnect the cable because I'm double guessing myself. These are truly the worst to reconnect. Hey, Malchus, New Zealand. I don't know how people who do not have slim fingers do this. I guess they get someone else to do it for them. Okay. And it cracks me up how many screws are in this thing. It's like you have your A2141s and they've got 6 screws, and then you have these Airs and they've got 10 or certainly at least 8 screws in them. So a little bit of a disparity there. Oh, are you a front runner or are you a back runner? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the front ones are the super shorts. That's the other thing, you've got multiple sizes here. Like the 2 longs, fair enough for the corners. But then you've got medium, super shorts at the front. I think the super shorts go at the front because they're getting a really slim on the keyboard trackpad assembly there and they don't want screws protruding through. question for people who have been doing PC repairs for a long time. How many times have you put the wrong screw or the right screw in the wrong place or whatever with a PC laptop from the underside, flipped it over and found you got this nice little divot popping up from the keyboard case? Anyone done that? Anyone? I know I have. And you're like, yeah, damn it. Cuss and swear. And then you don't know whether it was you did it or whether it was because someone else put the wrong screw there. All you know is that you hate yourself. Now, iPhones, I've never done that with the iPhone, like long screw damage. Thankfully not something I've suffered. Fixed plenty of them. That's always fun. I actually do enjoy long screw damage on 6s. Just something pleasurable about it. Alright, we've got another one of those and I need it packed up because I'm shipping this gear back. Because the person will be like, going, where the hell are you, man? You know, you've had these machines for a few weeks now. You said you were going to deal with them pretty quickly and you haven't. So, you know, you're full of crap or what? And the answer is no, I'm not full of crap. I just fuck. Okay. Yeah, Electro Rep sticking his hand up. Yeah, it's also easy to do. And because it's plastic, you do not feel... Oh, this is a 687 board. Of all the 1534s, the 687 board is about the only one that actually does seem to still be alive as a general rule. But too little, too late, damage done. Nobody wants to know about these. I guess it was Apple's way of experimenting to see if they could do an iPad-ish MacBook. They were just a little bit premature on that one. Hey, City. Yeah, with the PC laptops with their plastic top decks, yeah, you can barely feel it if you've started to push through on the plastic on those. Anyway, like I said, this all could just be a horrible misunderstanding. We've had floods and all that sort of stuff, so you know it's easy for communications to get messed up. But I'm going to side with that for the moment. For now. Right, and this one did not come with its USB-C cable, and they're not getting one because the USB-C cable that is used for this one, for the 244s and the and the 687s, it's different to the one that they use on the 45s. And if you mix them up, well, you can't because the connectors are different sizes. But these ones are quite expensive to get your hands on. Kind of like 1708 USB ports. And there's no ribbon flex on this either. So really this one is just a case of just closing it up. Yep. I think what might have happened here is that they got these machines from someone else closing up or something like that, and didn't realize just how dodgy how dodgy this 1534s are, and a few other things. I think out of the whole group that they sent me, I only managed to recover one machine, and that was, of all the machines, a 2141. So as problematic as the 2141s are, they were the winner. I'm just closing this up off screen because of the fact that it shows information. Almost done. Tony, hey, Tony W. No, this is the original one, Tony. I haven't triplicated or anything. Even I'm not that insane, Tony. Okay. By the way, proof that Pedro does love his 1534s. No, wait, this is not it. Damn it. I've got one here that says, love from Pedro. I guess we won't be sharing that love tonight. Besides, he's in hospital at the moment, I believe. Are you still in hospital, Pedro? Trying not to die? I mean, Elita was panicked because she thought that it was Kiki that you were talking about and not you. And as soon as I told her that it was just you, she was like, yeah, no one cares. So use that spirit to bring you back. Alright, let's go. Third time lucky, maybe. Oh, that's right. I did pick one out. Where is it? Where the hell's the laptop? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is a 2448, I believe. Yep. How old am I? Yeah. I'll be 52 very shortly. So I'm still a youngling. Ow. Yeah, it looks like Pedro must be getting his blood pressure taken or something because he's not answering. That or he's talking to the nurses. It's a very Pedro thing to do. Okay, black screen won't turn on. Let's see what sort of current we get. 20 volts, 1 amp. Ooh, resetting. 20 volts. 20, Nan's probably dead. Yeah, that's very much a... Basically, that kind of current pattern is the system's booting, but then the NAND's not responding. And so it resets and tries again. Resets, tries again. Not getting it. No trackpad. Trackpad comes up momentarily and then goes away. So yeah, I'm thinking bad names or something's happened there anyway. And I don't mean in the way of it's just been erased or anything like that. I mean it as in it's not getting any communication with them. If you've been following the live streams, you'll remember we had a 2485 or something like that, one of the big pro ones, and it came in with the same pattern, and everything looked clean until we found that one little filter that had been knocked off, and it turned out that filter was for the NANDs. So we may have something like that here, something sort of like inhibiting the power going to the NAND. We may have a bunch of corrosion that has killed power or destroyed the NANDs. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's going to be something relating to NAND. Because the speed of the looping is too slow for it to just be a PMIC short. A PMIC short, typically, that oscillates like many times a second. Like you'll get 5 or 6 jump up and down every second. Whereas with this, because it's over a span of 10 seconds or so, it's enough there for the booting. And let's see, pretty clean overall. This has been inspected. Yeah, that's been taken out. Alright, let's get into it. Hopefully we can fix this one. I mean, it's not always going to be that, but it's a pretty good chance that it is. Well, certainly at least something about the system in the late stages is not operating properly, and it's like, well, let's try again. And it just does that forever. This has been inspected but not taken apart. I hate doing these. It feels so wrong to rip this up. Oh, you're back, Pedro. What was this? Where were you, Pedro? I was just showering you with lovely compliments, and you went around to accept them. Alright, whoops. It's an oddity that they use T5 up here on this connector, and considering that the other models in this series, they're all using T4s by the now. I much prefer the T5 size. It's easy to handle, it's more robust, it doesn't slip as much, usually has a deeper recess for the, for you to get the grip in. Whereas these are T4s, and you feel like you're just one slip away from a mistake. And if you do have poor quality screwdrivers, it really shows up on the T4s. The one thing I do hate about this particular model is the number of keyboard backlight frickin' cables they have. Most machines just have the one backlight, keyboard backlight power cable. No, these guys are going to have 3. It's a backlight, it's not like something that needs to be load balanced or anything. Hey Amrax, that remotely sent, did you get anywhere with it? No, I did not actually. I went over it several times, I've had no luck with it. I actually need to send that back. No luck at all, I'm sorry. I think probably it needs to go someone who knows RF stuff and see if they can even get a signal out of it or anything. But yeah, either that or the microcontroller in it is just cooked. So yeah, it's sitting here. It's on my job slots. I just need to send it back. I'm sorry about that. One of those jobs that I keep looking at and thinking, you failed there, Paul. And worse, you haven't even sent it back yet. Because it was a pretty urgent job at the time, and then when the time kind of slipped past, then it became sort of a dead job. There is a fair bit of grit and junk on this board on the underside, so maybe we've got something that we can find. What soldering station? I just use the Hacko FX 951s. You can't get, or they're not making them anymore. Oh yeah, being yucky yuck. Yeah, that's nasty. That's a really... What's on the other side? Lo and behold, there we go. NAND on the other side. Told ya. So all this mess is interfering with the NAND working. Whereas I use Wera. I have one Weha, but everything else is Wera. Man, that's a mess. I'd say there's a filter in there that has died. Joey, I think they've given up. Oh, where did that go? Oh, fortunately I managed to catch that. I think they've just given up on it's been going for so long, and they're like, we need to do something different. That's not good. See how that's basically pulled away the whole pad? So this is bug damage. So big fat bug's gotten in here, thrown up after a hard party, and pretty much ruined everything. I'm hoping that we've just got a filter that's dead, because the caps themselves shouldn't create this behavior. Although it's actually pretty unusual for these 4-pad caps to be taken out like that. So whatever this was pretty severe. Hey, Pro Engineer, thank you for the $5. Hello, kids of Pro Engineer, and thank you for watching, and thank you to your dad for giving me $5. I can go get myself an ice cream now. I'm trying to decide now which one to get. What do you reckon? Magnum? It's a bit un-Australian. I should get a golden good time. What do they call them these days? I was going to suggest the RF thing, you could use the RTL 2834. Amrex, yeah, I basically need to wash my hands of this. It needs to go to someone else. I'm more than happy to just send it back, and my apologies for holding on to it for so long. Okay, so what I'm basically doing here is I'm getting rid of the worst of... flipping hell. So that... everything's just falling apart. There's nothing much you can do to save that. And that one too. Wow. Whatever this is, that's extremely corrosive. They call them rainbow now? I thought it was just golden. Why'd they change it to rainbow instead of golden? Okay, let's try some 80-20 on this and see if we can get some clarity. So the 8020 has a small portion. Look at this, I'm just still picking up parts. Good thing we have board views and schematics for this, so I might have a chance of rebuilding it. At the very least, I might have a chance of recovering data. So that's a filter, that's a resistor. Okay, B-Blood, you take care of yourself. Thanks for dropping in, as always. Yeah, I really don't know what kind of bug this was, but it was aggressive. Maybe it was a xenomorph. Better make sure I don't get a face hugger on me. We'll look at the board view and schematics shortly. I just want to clean up a bit more. Yeah, well, I think we can safely say that's ground. As a general rule, if a cap is corroded out like this, it's not usually the end of the world. The problem is more when the pads for filters and resistors go missing. Because caps generally, they're all running in parallel for the most part. And so if one dies, that's fine, you've got another around the place that you can double up on or whatever. But with filters and resistors, it's usually one in, one out. And so if you lose it, then you've got to find another way to get that, you got to get that line back. Alright, looks pretty terrifying. I think it's time to bring out the board view and schematic. Alright, so this is a 2020. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's a 2020. There we go. And let's see, board orientation, be like this, and it's in this sort of area that we're looking. Here we go. Okay. So 1V25 awake. Okay, oops. That's an interesting circuit. Okay, it's a 0 ohm taking the ground, but they've also got a 10 picofarad there to like really get serious with making sure that thing does not float. And that's that resistor there. Okay, I can see that circuit, no worries. The ones, okay, they're cap. Okay, that's not a big problem. But what might be a problem is that this line here, okay, so we had this here, and there we go, we've got filter. Okay, so the filter is there, and the filter is intact. But we've lost these two caps, and more importantly is the trace has been broken. And I think that maybe, so what are we looking at? We're like 0.261. So we have a microscope. Hey Spencer, welcome. Okay, so this is the filter, and those are the two little caps, and you see how the trace is broken there and there. This here is that 1 ohm and picofarad cap that's holding the reset down intentionally. Oh, I didn't check this one up here. Where are you? You're just off. Oh, you're a capacitor. Okay, I'm happy for that. Cool. Okay. Alright, so we're on 0.261 or something like that. I have a feeling we'll get 2.6 maybe here or here, but not in both. Okay, what have we got there? 2.4, okay, 2.5, that's good enough for me. 6.0, yeah, see a big difference. So basically, what we want coming through here to go up into this circuit isn't going to get there. So my uneducated guess is going to be that if I bridge this, this machine should probably come back to life. But I probably should clean up everything else around here. I think I might be wise to lift up these parts and I don't think I'm going to be able to put this one back together. There may not be much point putting this one back together. I'll have a look at its value and see what percentage wise it is. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, Spencer, it should be 0. That's what I mean. It's like they're getting really serious. So I don't know why, but it's definitely there. Like they've populated it. You get 0 ohmer and the little pico. So hell knows what it's for. They do weird stuff like that every now and then. I've seen they have some caps just on 2 identical ground pads. Well, we're not even talking audio ground to digital ground separations. We're just talking about right next to each other on the same pad. It's almost like it was done for some sort of pick and place optimization. I don't know. What am I, an engineer? There's going to be a rare time where I actually put down oh my god, that's too much flux. It's a rare time I put down some flux, but I wasn't going to put down that much. And yeah, this is a 2020, A20 2020, it's a 2338 M1 Pro, as it were. It's sort of like the Mini Pro, kind of. Not the big Pro. Spencer, this is from circuits that are ancient. Like, we're talking 1707 machines, so they were like 2016, 2017. These ones I'm tolerably okay with, but this one in the middle here I'm a bit concerned about. I've got to keep in mind that I've got an AND on the other side, of course, remember that. And it's probably underfilled. Okay, that's a goner. Let's take these two. And this one. Yeah, basically just wipe the whole circuit. This is not very often I do that anymore. Hey Paul Hal. Good morning to you. I was a little earlier today getting started. Main reason I'm doing a little bit earlier is because it means I get an hour and a half or so in on a live stream before Micro's insulin injection, and then when the insulin injection is done, I'm finished. Yeah, this sort of shadowy stuff that you can see, that is all the coating ready to just come off. So you can scratch it back. Mostly I just want to sort of dislodge the really flaky stuff like that. Try not to take out any other components. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I never use acetone. Acetone and I do not get along. We're not friends. Not even close to friends. Mortal enemies, you might consider us. There's a veer there, right there, which means I'll probably be well advised to actually make sure that forms part of the circuit, because it's likely sending power off to another area. Okay. Spencer, you're not supposed to give out those kind of details. And what next? Chlorine and braking fluids. Very irresponsible. It's not really the solder mask that I'm trying to remove, it's all the crapped up, mixed up, chewed up, corroded crap. If I was just trying to remove the mask, then that'd be something different, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to do a lot more than that. It's an ugly, ugly mix. No, come back here, my precious. Yeah, the reason why I do it like that is it just sort of gives me a nice starting surface for the rebuild. I mean, it's not perfect, but it gives me something. Jesus. Look at that, eh? Joey's trick. Joey's trick with the microfiber cloth. What a revelation. Alright, now we've got to find ourselves the appropriate piece of wire. And for me, it's probably some 20-year-old Turnigy oversized aircraft silicon wire. Come here. Honestly, there's enough in here to last me a lifetime, and it's just one small piece. I was foolish and bought myself spools of this stuff. There we go. It's nice because it's pre-tinned, although it does oxidize a little bit. But as long as you keep it within the the insulation, it's not too bad. Idiot. I was doing fine and then I got a little carried away. It's not finished yet. That's just called the tacking down process. It's not motor wire, it's well, I suppose it is. Battery wire. Oh my god, I'm ruining this. I'm ruining it because I'm trying to make it perfect. I'm sure that sounds familiar for most people. Needs a little bit more solder in that elbow. Okay. Certainly is, moles, it certainly is. Alright, so I'm going to hit this with hot air again, and hopefully that horrible wiggly stuff will... yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. I'm annoyed I did that. That was unprofessional. Alright, so my theory is that this should actually boot now. Or at least it... yeah. Assuming the nails have not actually been destroyed, this should by all means start. Just want to clean up a bit of that junk there. Right. Hey, Mr. Simpson. How are things on your side of the planet? Alright, so we saw what was happening before. We get 20 volts, drops after 10 seconds. So let's see if we do anything any better this time. 20 volts. The only thing is it's holding at 93. There we go. Yeah, it's going. Yep. I think we've got a boot. Now the question is, what about all the rest of the stuff? Now I think that pull down needs to be put in, because I think the pull down could actually be playing up there. Because without it needs that pull down. So we've got to put that in. In fact, it was a little bit naughty of me not to put it in the first time, because I don't know what kind of behavior that could have caused. So another detriment to the House of Gryffindor. Not easy pizza, Miles. Jeez. I actually had to do more than just pop a cap off on this bastard. This was hard work. Oh, I'm going to steal those parts off of donor. I'm pretty sure I've got donor for this one. This is the M1. Yep. There we go. Where are we? Looks so much prettier there. I'm only saying Gryffindor simply because of the fact that that's what my character is at the moment. I didn't pick it. They just said, you're Gryffindor, and I was like, yeah, whatever. My wife's already got a Ravenclaw and a Slytherin and a Hufflepuff, so... yeah. Oh, by the way, is it me, or are we actually limited to just 4 characters in the game? Like, I can't see a way to get more than 4 characters, other than the fact that if you go into the mods section and you sort of run a mod character, but it's still the same, you know, you're still limited to 4 base characters. It's kind of annoying. I won't lie, with this kind of damage on the board, I'm going to suggest to the person, look, you probably want to look to get a different machine. Like, if it does come back, like if it boots properly as opposed to just sits there in some sort of weird state, yeah, I'd be strongly recommending they move to a new machine. That kind of damage can have, you know, legacy effects that you don't really anticipate. You know, it could shorten the life of other things. I mean, it's not to say it absolutely will, but I'd take it as a warning shot. If it was on some other more benign area of the board, like maybe the speaker amps or yeah, something like that, then yeah, fine, whatever. It's not a big issue. But the RAM taking a hit like that kind of makes me a bit nervous, and especially the fact that a lot of those parts we can't put back, so it's going to run less stable. The operational envelope of the machine is going to be smaller, meaning that it's more likely going to crash or not operate properly if it gets, say, hotter or colder, or just on different loads. It's not going to have the luxury of all the extra decoupling and things like that to keep it stable. So yeah, it'd be like look, get your data, run around for a little bit, but anticipate to jump to a new machine sooner rather than later. 2-day warranty. Yeah. We got lucky with Hogwarts. We actually picked it up on special for $22, and then I realised it went back up to like $90 or something like that. Australian, this is. So we just happened to, on Christmas, we go, hey, let's, because normally we play 7 Days to Die. And for Christmas we thought, we should have a look and see if there's anything interesting that we can buy. And Hogwarts happened to be up for special for $22 or something. Well, yeah, we'll take that. We'd heard about it. We hadn't actually willingly or wanted to buy it as such. But yeah, well, we're very happy we did. It's an interesting game. Is that a Milo I hear? Needs 3 minutes to go and then we're shut for the night. So basically we get to test to see if this boots, and then we're done. Okay, we've got charge current, that's good. Got an Apple logo, that's good. Let's see if it makes it all the way. Yep, okay. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. But we've got a boot situation here, so that's all good. Marvellous. So that's up and running, but yeah, I'd classify this as a repaired for the sake of data recovery, not for the sake of ongoing utilization. And whatever that bug was, yeah, it was pretty sure it was a xenomorph, something like that, because that was nasty. That really dug into the board and made a mess of things. Fortunately, it was recoverable. We were lucky. It was just that one filter line that was cut, which again we were able to see was causing the issue because of the fact that we'd get it booting, but then it would restart booting and restart over a fairly moderate period of time. So it was like, could well be NAND. Turns out it was. So anyway, that's everything for tonight. It's going to hit 10. The alarm's going to go off and I've got to go give Micros insulin. And then I'm going to go off and do other things in my life, because I'm not going to spend all night here entertaining you all. You can go off and do your own things. Go fix some MacBooks. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be. Probably tomorrow at this rate, because I've got a heap of machines I still got to get done. And I'm certainly not getting them done quick enough. So once again, thank you. I'll see you all the next one. I'll catch you later.